Having an account compromised is a scary thing. It can be a nightmare to lose valuable data like online banking passwords, credit card information, or company trade secrets where thousands of dollars could be gone in a second. But attackers can also hurt your personal life too, by holding personal pictures and files ransom, stealing in-game items and characters that took you hours to create, or even taking control of your accounts to scam others just so they can enact just as much damage as any financial attack. But that's why we have passwords, right? With passwords, we never have to worry about anyone causing us financial harm. Passwords are not enough to keep your account secure. Phishing emails, which are a type of social engineering designed to steal your usernames and passwords, are often extremely effective. Even if you call yourself a security expert, you may still fall for the trick. But that's not the only way attackers can get into your passwords. Various other password attacks, such as brute force, dictionary, rainbow, or hybrid attacks, could guess your password. And then there are other ways like keystroke loggers and shoulder surfing. But even if you never give away your password, the site holding your passwords can still be compromised through numerous different attacks. I'm sure by now everyone has heard of Target, Yahoo, or LinkedIn, to name a few. For most people, that password is the only bit of defense they have between a hacker and all the information that they hold value in. Once a hacker gets in, there's nothing stopping him from causing irreparable damage. However, by enabling two-factor authentication, you just made the hacker's job much more difficult. By using something that only you have, like your phone, you are adding another step in verifying that is truly you and not a hacker. So even if the password is compromised, you will still be the only one that is able to get into that account. So what exactly is two-factor authentication? Two-factor authentication, commonly abbreviated 2FA, goes by many names such as multi-factor authentication or two-step verification. It relies on processing someone's identity based on 2 or 3 possible identifiers: something you know, something you have, and something you are. Let's look deeper into these 3 identifiers. Something you know, this is often just your password, but it could be some kind of pattern authentication like on Android or Windows devices. Something you have could be your phone, where you have an authenticator app or receive a text message. Other forms of something you have could include 2FA devices like a YubiKey or RSA token. Lastly, something you are usually means a fingerprint, but could also be a retina scan, facial recognition, or any other biological identifier. So how does 2FA keep things secure? 2FA is secure because it relies on something that's independent from the account you're trying to log into. That way, if a hacker were to find out your username and password, there would be no way he could determine the second step in your authentication process. Although 2FA is extremely beneficial, many users choose not to turn it on. Here are some of the disadvantages that lead some users to ignore 2FA. A disadvantage of 2FA is the effort it takes into setting up an account. This is why most choose not to enable it. Although it might not take more than a couple of minutes, much the internet users have decided it's not worth their time. They would rather use their time to watch the latest viral video than secure their online banking process. Another disadvantage is account sharing. If you share your Amazon or Netflix account with family members or friends, they will no longer be able to access your account unless you complete the 2FA step each time. Especially when you have family on the other side of the world, this can become a major inconvenience. This may or may not be a disadvantage though, depending on how you look at it. 2FA relies on you having your device, mostly your phone, with you whenever you need it, which may or may not always be the case. If you are someone who loses things frequently, then 2FA could become more of a nuisance than an advantage. If you misplace your second form of authentication, you could be locked out, or worse, someone else now has access to it. However, losing a vital account could be much more damaging than any of the disadvantages shown. Just the recovery of one compromised account will take much more effort than it would have taken to secure it in the first place. Between all the customer service calls and recovery questions, you would have been better off enabling 2FA. Now it's time to talk about some different types of two-factor authentication. The first one, which is SMS text. SMS text is the most popular two-factor authentication, and it uses a one-time SMS text password. Most of the major web services support this type of two-factor authentication. Although SMS text is the most popular and is very easy to use, it is also one of the least secure ways of two-factor authentication. Another type of 2FA is Google Authenticator. It generates a 6-digit time-based password for users' accounts. This adds one more layer of security by needing the phone and not just the phone number. There are many other applications that use the same idea as Google Authenticator. One example of this is the LastPass Authenticator app. The premise of this, like I said, is very close to Google Authenticator, but it is on for a specific app, as opposed to Google Authenticator, which is available for multiple sites. Another example of 2FA is something called True Two-Factor Authentication, and we will be using the YubiKey as an example of this method. The way the YubiKey works is it will generate a one-time password for each time you log into your account. So the hacker must have the physical access to your YubiKey to enter into your account. This makes your account much more safe. So who uses two-factor authentication? PayPal, Bank of America, Chase, Wells Fargo, Google Play, YouTube, LastPass, Amazon, Apple, and Samsung all use some form of two-factor authentication. In fact, hundreds of websites have made two-factor authentication feature that you can turn on. So now that we've sold you on the benefits of 2FA, you're ready to enable it in all your accounts, right? Not necessarily. Although most companies with a tech presence like Google and Amazon have 2FA, as well as most banking sites, 2FA is still growing as a technology, and not all sites have adopted a form of 2FA yet. For a more extensive list of what sites use 2FA, head to this link. Alright, so in this part here, I'm going to show you exactly how to turn on two-factor authentication for just Google account in general. So what you want to do is you want to click on your account, and I just created one today, Team 2FA. You want to click on My Account, and go over here to signing in to Google. Click on that, and then right over here, you have two-step verification. So you're going to go click on that, you're going to hit Get Started. It's going to ask you for your username and password again. I just use a LastPass, so it's automatically in there now. Essentially, it's going to send you a text message to your phone number. And so you hit Next, it sends you the code. And so I have my phone right next to me. I'm going to grab my phone, and here is my code. You hit Next, and you hit Turn On. And there you go. It's as simple as that. So there should be no reason why anybody doesn't have two-step verification turned on their devices now. So, in conclusion, 2FA offers you a second level of protection that even the strongest passwords can't offer. We highly recommend that you start using 2FA on any and all accounts that you would consider important. It will only take a few minutes and could save you time, money, and headaches in the long run. Although 2FA may be an easy way to make your accounts much more secure and give you peace of mind, it won't make your account unhackable. You must still be smart online and don't give out any information that could lead to a compromise.